Okay, hold on. Watch this. Did you see it? This was a TV insert that I shot using an entry-level mirrorless camera.
Grant Hyde's reports from London.
And what I'm about to tell you might just completely change how you think about what Canon are doing with their basic V range, but more specifically, how they're evolving it with the EOS R50 V. My fellow digital videographers and content creators out there, I'm pretty sure you're going to be as surprised as I was after using this one. But all great tales are preceded by a true story. In 2010, I think it was around 2010, it was in the early 2010s, I stepped into one of the most prominent photographic stores in our city. I go up to the counter and I ask them for the Canon G5X. They asked me what I plan on doing with it, and I explained that it's for filming YouTube videos. And the salesperson audibly scoffs and tells me that YouTube's not a real job. He then goes on to say that these cameras are for real work and that I should learn how to use it for what it's meant to do. When Canon sent me the R50 V, I'll admit it, like my expectations were modest. Like I use an R5C, which is what we're shooting over here, so I have very high expectations. This little guy is positioned as an approachable video-first camera, perfect for beginners that are stepping into the R series. But then I started shooting video with it, and it literally just clicked. This isn't just an entry-level camera. It's a streamlined video creator's primary tool, disguised in a compact photographic body, but also, as you can see, slightly redesigned. And you can see this is for video first content creators on the dial itself, with its singular photo setting over there, and the rest of these being ones that are strictly for videography. And if you're serious about video quality, like the crispness of your footage, but not about going broke in the process, an R5C, or perhaps you're new to cameras or just want something reliable to film with, allow me to introduce you. In this video, we're gonna deep dive into why the R50 V isn't just good, it's exceptional. We'll talk about its awesome 4K footage, the autofocus that practically reads your mind, and the incredible stabilization, and all those little features that they've put in here that add up to a massive win for creators. So let's start with the big one first, the video quality. The R50 V shoots uncropped 4K at up to 30 FPS, oversampled from 6K. Now, that technical jargon really just means that it's got incredibly sharp, detailed footage, and it's really, really clean. And it's something that I actually noticed from the get-go, and I noticed it before I saw the specs of the camera, and I couldn't quite understand why the footage looked so clear compared to what I'm shooting on my R5C and on my RP. As I said earlier, I shot this entire TV episode using the R50 V, and the results speak for themselves. Crunching down that higher resolution into a lower one really pays off. Even in challenging lighting, the dynamic range surprisingly holds up well for a camera in this class. And remember, this also shoots log, which is awesome. It's designed to handhold you a little bit though if you're new to videography. And for creators, that means less time color grading and actually getting the shots that you're looking for. And because it shoots log, you can also upload your own LUTs to the camera as well, so that you can have a specific look straight out the gate. The LUTs aren't loaded to the camera, they're actually loaded to the SD card. Now that's great, you've got amazing 4K footage, but what happens if the autofocus is constantly hunting? It's just looking around all the time and everything's out of focus. It just becomes useless. And this is where Canon's dual pixel CMOS autofocus 2 comes into play. It's not just good, it's practically telepathic. And it's put to excellent use in both the portrait scene mode and the unboxing scene mode. And yes, these modes are quickly accessible on the dial and on the touch screen, which again makes for rapid content creation. Sometimes you want to get a shot in the thing that you're shooting, in the genre that you're shooting, and you can get that done. As a result, I'm now able to perform more in front of the camera and spend less time fidgeting with settings before I actually start shooting. So whether I was vlogging myself, or tracking a moving object or subject, or doing a quick focus rack, the R50 V nailed it pretty much every single time. And that's a huge confidence booster when shooting solo or in fast-paced environments like I had at this Nintendo convention. There was a mix of everything, right? I was shooting a little bit of myself, I was shooting some of the products, I was shooting people, I was shooting establishing shots. It was all a variety of different lighting, and these conventions, if you've ever filmed them, never consider lighting properly. They're always lighting the products, they're never lighting for filming, unfortunately. So you always have all these like terrible incandescent bulbs just in and around the environment, and it worked out really, really well. But let's go back to the vlogging. Vlogging and self-shooting with this is an absolute blessing. You've got this rotatable viewfinder, right? That's you've seen since the G5X. It's why one of the reasons I wanted it at the beginning when I started my journey. As you can see, there's a record button right on the front over here. You are able to just click it while you're filming. It's the same as the V10, which is cool. And I'm glad to see that Canon are doing some of this in their V series. Hopefully this becomes a standard in the V series. Whenever you see a Canon camera with a record button on the front, it's going to hopefully be signature for this range. While it doesn't have in-body image stabilization or IBIS, the R50 V offers a very impressive movie digital image stabilization. And for handheld video, especially if you're just starting out and you don't have a gimbal in your kit, I know a lot of people are like this can be a real game changer.
This is actually ridiculous. I mean, what's going on here? Some magic.
Yes, there's a slight crop on your footage. Remember, this is already a little bit of a crop sensor, and there's going to be a little bit of a crop on top of that. But the smoothness you get just for running and gunning, and you can frame it up in your shot and compensate for it, is absolutely worth it. It truly takes like the jitter out of your footage, you know, when you are trying to make something look more professional and when you're trying to focus on just making the content cool. Make sure everything's in frame and make sure it's steady. There's also improved audio. The microphones are on the top of the camera over here, and it's got a multi-function shoe if you want to get some of the vlogging kits that you can use with it. The Canon produced, which is also, and flashes and microphones, the shotgun microphones, you can do that. And one of the microphones that you could attach and get working is the DM-E1D for fantastic audio without any extra cables that are hanging around to get to the microphone port. It'll all just run through the shoe. And don't forget this, everybody's talking about it, so like it's probably something maybe I should have mentioned earlier, but everybody knows. It's got vertical video mode for Reels and TikTok, right? That's a massive time saver. The camera's got a built-in gyroscope that remembers the orientation of the footage that you're shooting. So there's no more rotating it in your video editor in post if you're editing for Reels or for TikTok, for instance. And if you don't have a tripod that can tilt your camera vertically, you know, something with a ball head, Canon have included 2 1/4-inch mounts, the traditional one right here at the bottom, and this one on the side for vertical mounting. There's also something to be said here about diversification, because content creators aren't just one form of discipline. We shoot so many different kinds of content, and we want something that's kind of a Swiss Army knife, and I think Canon have listened to us. There's a slow and fast setting right here on the dial for slow motion footage if you want to get some of that. It's a feature that's generally only seen in camcorders or in higher end cameras. But just a warning here, make sure that you've got the right SD card, the right speed SD card. The same applies to the higher resolution footage. If you're a creator who also live streams or records footage directly into OBS, an easy to access button is right here on the top that unlocks a whole bunch of features for you in that category, right? There's a clean HDMI out, so you can plug your HDMI in. If you've got like an algorithmic cam link, you can just plug it into your live stream. You just press that, select it from the menu, boom, you can good to go. There's other easy live streaming capabilities like over the network. So if you want to run this and connect this over your internet, connect it on the network, and USB-C to webcam.
Just jumping in here to say there's some really cool things with the connecting it through to USB. Check this. So this is in the live streaming mode, and then you can choose like super skin mode, manual movie mode, says manual, and then like a shutter priority, aperture priority mode. So if we go to that would be super skin mode, would be something that people would use. And let's just see what it looks like in OBS. And then it's in as a source, which is so sick. No, it's clean HDMI, or it's clean webcam, so you don't get any of those graphics on here. Bang. That really does slap. Oh my gosh. That looks good. For Zoom calls.
And it's got the robust Canon Camera Connect app integration, which means this camera really does fit into a variety of different applications in the modern creator's workflow. With that app, you can take footage and dump it directly to your phone immediately as you film, if you're filming a lot of stuff at the same time or taking photos at the same time of something. Not to mention like remote view what you are shooting. If this hasn't like convinced you by now, or if you don't know you are the person for this, like who should be considering the Canon EOS R50 V, right? Like if you're currently shooting video right now on your phone and you want to significantly upgrade your quality without breaking the bank, this is it. If you shoot video first, this is it. It does have a photo mode. You can take photos with this. It's not an exclusively a video camera, but it is awesome that it is a video camera. And the photos here will likely be better than the photos on your phone.
I also just want to talk about this autofocus quick sticks. I want you to see my eye over there. And look how it tracks. It is ridiculous. Like, it is really good. Yeah, it's amazing.
If you're a budding filmmaker, a videographer, a TikToker, or anybody serious about creating high quality digital content across the board, the R50 V offers an incredible balance of performance and accessibility. It fits R series lenses, and if you opt in for the kit, right, the 14 to 30 mm zoom lens kit, this is this lens over here, you have a significantly powerful camera and lens combo that is pretty all round. To sum it up, the Canon EOS R50 V isn't just a good camera for beginners, it's an exceptional tool for digital videographers and content creators who demand quality. You demand something that's easy to use, and you demand something that's got incredible autofocus in a compact and affordable package, and just really crispy footage. I really love the footage. I love shooting with R50 V. In fact, I'm shooting more with my R50 V than I am currently with my R5C. One of the reasons I'm shooting here is because I've got this over here. Crazy. It's completely surprised me. It really did. It wasn't something I thought I'd love as much as I do. And it shows me that Canon's going in the right direction. And also, I'm not too sure how they're going to make this a whole lot better than it already is, because it is really cool. Maybe bigger sensors and so on, but in this category and in this price category, yeah, this is a killer camera. I firmly believe, and I think it's done this for me. It's taken my level of quality over the past couple of weeks to another level, and I think it can do the same for you. If Canon is listening, there are a couple of things that I would change, little things, like I would really work on the operating system. It's still a camera operating system, and if you're new to cameras, that is you know, a little bit daunting. Critiques aside, if you're thinking about upgrading your video setup or just starting your content creation journey and want to fork out something more than just your phone, do yourself a favor. Like, check out the R50 V. This is a bomb little guy. I love it to pieces, and I just feel like if there's something my other cameras can't do, the R50 V probably could do it, which is really cool. And I can shoot rapidly. The amount of content that I'm able to push out is just so much faster than on a bigger, bulkier camera. You know, it fits more mounts, it's lighter, it could probably fit smaller gimbals if I wanted to upgrade to start using on another gimbal. It's, you know, there's options. I'm gonna leave links to where you can find out this little guy in the description. And let me know, like, what camera are you currently using for your content, and where, like, are you thinking about getting something that's video centric? Do you think Canon missed the mark? Were they on the right track to begin with? I'm gonna disagree with you, but yeah, we can find it out. Let me know. And don't forget to help like this video up if you found it helpful and useful, and subscribe and all that nonsense. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in another video. Keep an eye out for my footage. Cheers.